Hi everyone. I am Pradnashil. I'm founder and CEO of CryptoNaukri.com. So, today we are here for the opening ceremony of Web3Hack. This is our hackathon, which we are organizing. So, we have our guest speaker Gaurav Mehta. He's the founder and CEO of CatX, and we have Nikita. She's our teammate from CryptoNaukri. So, yeah, Nikita, can you share the screen? Like PPT.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. So just ignore my look. You know how starter life can be. You have to sleep late, woke up late. So I hope you forgive me for my shabby look.
uh, it's okay.
My screen is visible.
Yeah, your screen is visible. Yeah. So thank you for joining, and this is hackathon for 30 hours. So let us talk about CryptoNaukri. So So at CryptoNaukri, we are helping Web3 startups hire the best blockchain developers. So currently, we are building an ecosystem to learn blockchain development. We are creating a organized community of blockchain developers. So we are also helping Web3 enthusiasts to gain experience by working on DAOs, open source projects. And as an aspiring blockchain developer, they can build a digital portfolio at CryptoNaukri, and we are also helping Web3 developers to get jobs in verified Web3 startups globally even. So this is all about CryptoNaukri in short. So now I would like to hand over this part to Nikita. She'll be talking about what is hackathon.
Hello, everyone. Myself, Nikita Sharma. I'm speaking. I'm working as a marketing lead in CryptoNaukri. I'm here to represent what is hackathon. So basically, hackathon is a mixture of invention and marathon. And hack is used as a sense of playful and exploratory programming. So why are hackathon important for us? In real world experience, students have chance to work on real projects using real technologies that solves real problems which we are facing in real world experience. Secondly, when a student have get to chance to make new friends, new connections during hackathon. Industry connections, students are giving chance to interact with representatives from world's top brand. There is a fun in educational this weekend, like students launch new programs, they receive professional mentorship, students get chances to build their dreams. What happens after hackathon is just as important as event itself. The hackathon leaves student body invigorated and eager to spend their free time working together on projects. Students get motivated during hackathon, they get chances to learn new skills. They help hackathon help us to preparation for careers. At hackathon, student learn skills directly needed for technical careers, and student have chance to learn many skills like technical and soft skills through the process working on team. Now I will hand over the rest part web3 hack to Nimisha.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, this is Nimisha. I'm working as an HR lead here. So I'm going to talk about Web3 Hack. So what is Web3 Hack? Web3 Hack is a hackathon for Web3 enthusiasts and Web3 developers. We have invited a few Web3 startups to hire top consultants of the hackathon. We are providing goodies, swags, coupon codes for the various platforms as well. Till now, we have conducted 7 plus webinars on Web3 and 5 workshops on the Web3 development. Now I'm gonna hand over the mic to Pradnashil so he can talk about more on Web3 app. Thank you.
So hi. Hi everyone. Like Nimisha told you about Web3 hack in short. So let us discuss about Web3 hack in details. So this is a hackathon for Web3 developers. So for like we have been planning for this hackathon for last 1 month, I guess. and we have invited a lot of people to talk, to discuss. Okay, so so yeah, like finally we are here, in the first day of Web3 Hack. So the motivation behind this was to connect right people to right people. Okay, so Web3 enthusiast to Web3 enthusiast, so that we can build proper community of blockchain developers or Web3 developers. Okay, so at 10 a.m. we have opening ceremony, like we are doing that. So after that we are going to conduct two workshops. One will be at 1 p.m. and another will be at 3 p.m. So like both the things will be on Web3 development. Like one is from Atom DAO. Okay, so yeah, we are going to have funny mini events at 5 p.m. On our Discord server. So winners will be getting some goodies, and coupons from DigitalOcean as well, from Taskade. So during night, like at 7 p.m., we will meet at Discord, and we will have mentoring session with mentors, like who are Web3 developers in reputed companies. So at 8 p.m. we will meet, and we have foreign speaker. So he is Web3 investor. So he invests in Web3 startups, and they have accelerator called New Moon. So yeah, they if your project is very good, they can help you get accelerated, and they can invest in your project as well. So tomorrow we are going to have mentoring sessions again with three developers. So like it will be helping you to understand, or it will be helping you to solve your doubts as well. So yeah, like and at 8 p.m. so our hackathon will conclude, and after that we will start presentations, and so that you can present your whatever you have made or whatever you have developed to the judges. So closing, like at 9 p.m. We are going to close our hackathon, and after that we will take few days, like 3 to 4 days, to 3 to 4 days to like announce the like winners, and top three, top contestants will get a chance to get hired by Web3 startups which we have invited to hire. Okay, so and we will also give goodies like t-shirts, coupons from various companies and all. So this is what we have done till the date to organize this hackathon. So we have conducted a lot of workshops, webinars. Okay, so we got such industry people like Chaitra, Nikita, so they conducted few workshops, and these are the founders who talked about like current industry, like Web3 industry, various problems, and they talked about their products. They talked about the career opportunities Web3, and yeah, this is it. So we have got some sponsors like Hack to Skill. They have sponsored this platform, like hackathon platform. Then we have gold sponsors like Taskade, Azure, Interview Cake. We have community partners like Atom DAO, Semicolon. So yeah, and we are hiring partners like Catax, Anti Solution, Wheel Audits, Zeev, Drive, and Xeroxytocin, and Labs, and Block Miners as well. So theme is very simple. So we have simple threads like healthcare, banking sector, education, and we have also kept it open for open innovation. You can choose the topic you want, and our judges will also be giving you some topics. So this is our team, and yeah, without them it could not have been happened. Okay, so thank you everybody, like for joining. And now I would like to hand over this to Gaurav Mehta. He'll be talking about the today's like opening ceremony note.
Thank you, Pranishil. First of all, congratulations on organizing such an exciting hackathon. I remember during our college periods, there were few of the hackathons may be organized at yearly sessions or maybe IITs. So now looking at India, where hackathon has become a trend, is something very exciting to me because of the reason. First of all, usually hackathon is something that people are not that excited about, most of the people. But you guys have right an opportunity to interact with the people through hackathon, which I think in upcoming 4 or 5 years you would never been able to. The reason why I say is hackathon is usually conducted with industry leaders who have been into industry for quite a long period of time. So organizers try to find out the best problem statement, or what we call forward looking problem statements, that if you solve, not only get a deeper insights into innovation or potential startup or something of an exciting value to the society, but also you get to engage with your fellow developers with whom you brainstorm, with whom you tinker on the innovation, and get a hands-on understanding of how the development and technology is how the development and technology works together. So the idea is that whenever the hackathon happens, it creates a very conducive environment for you to focus on achieving a certain goal. So it's like a more of a playful environment. So it does not matter whether you would be able to gain a good result or not, but the journey is definitely going to empower you with not only team management, not only the basics of development, but also help you to hone your skills. So anybody who is little skeptic of whether they should be spending their weekend on a hackathon, I would recommend that definitely you should and see how the experiences are. Maybe next time you could conclude. That's part one. Part two, as of today, Web3 is quite a confusing for everyone. Young students ask me often, how do I start with a Web3? What do I learn to in order to do the Web3? I would say that forget about all those things. You just need to engage with the people, and as soon as you focus, especially like uh, uh, the training sessions that are organized by CryptoNaukri or the hackathon, you do not care about okay what is the technology that is going to be, because people around you would have a discussion and you would reach on to that. So just to contrast with web3, forget about what the web3 is. Back in 2013 14, I mean even before that, c++ was supposed to be a cool technology. Then there were a lot of folks who started getting their hands dirty into php at that point in time was utilized by the masses, but it wasn't like scaled. It only happened after the Facebook. So somebody who had an experience with the php was quickly absorbed by the organization. Same happened years on later. I mean, I have seen in last few years people who have a hands-on understanding of Angular were absorbed quickly. Thereafter came React, they were absorbed quickly. Since then, it has changed to certain things. Crypto now, as of today, the DAOs, the blockchain, the ability to build smart contract on the Ethereum, Polygon, anything else is considered to be the latest tech. So even if you have a nitty gritty understanding of it, if you are even aware of the jargons of this industry, you have an advantage of it. So I would see this competency not only as something that is in demand, but also something that helps you differentiate your candidature whenever you go into any of the businesses or any of the companies, because they are not only looking to somebody who is has an understanding of front end and back end, but if you have understanding of the big blockchain technology and the associated development life cycle, you would be like you would be in demand. So even if you are not going to practice the blockchain ecosystem full time, you should have a somewhat a hands-on understanding. This is what I would recommend. Now once you do the hands-on understanding, you get to know the power of technology. Maybe you are a believer, maybe you are an atheist. Based on that, you can go deeper and define your learning curve. So I mean that's my thought personally. So Pradnishil,
Yes.
I just gave a brief intro about Web3. I mean, how much time do you have? Because I just wanted to engage them with in a more subjects. So if you
we
can give
have we
me,
have good time, we
lovely.
can, yeah.
Lovely. So let me give a brief introduction about me. I'm a founder at Catax. Catax is a cryptocurrency taxation solution. So I'm sure you guys are trading on different exchanges. You have your MetaMask wallet, you have Binance wallet. Now, for you, the problem is that at end of year you have to pay taxes, right? So chartered accountant, usually reach out to the chartered accountant. You try to do the calculation, but that is very much cumbersome. So what we do is we allow customers to upload their transaction statement from various places, and we automate their tax calculation so that it's easy for you to calculate taxes, or at least define what you owe to the government in terms of taxes. So that's get taxes. But more interesting is I do not have a technological background like you guys. So I come from a metallurgy science. I have I mean, I got the crypto or blockchain bug back in 2016. Since then, I am in learning and moving forward in this domain. So as of today, you can call me somewhat well versed in the technology development, but at the same time, I'm not tech savvy like you guys, although I do coding and everything else. So I'm just trying to understand, help you understand that somebody who was from the non-technological background understood the potential developments or the momentum of the market, and then decided to jump on board into that revolution. And today here I am. So I've been a TEDx speaker on the subject. As of today, I work with a various law enforcement agency. I train folks at NADT. I train batch of IRS in crypto taxation, investigation, auditing. Apart from that, I have been a guest lecturer at IIM Raipur, Triple ITB Bangalore, which is a very technical institute. That might come to a surprise to you. So that was just an idea in order to motivate you how identifying opportunity and having a will to capture it can bring a certain change to your life, and maybe you would be able to create a impact upon that. So hopefully that motivates you. Now, a problem statement. I interact with a lot of industry participants from BFSI sector, from government sector, etc. There are a lot of exciting use cases which I believe are fit for Web3. Now, a as a what we say, any decision maker, what problem I see they face is, okay, should this problem be solved in the web 2 or should this problem solved in the web 3? Now everyone is trying to jump into solving the same problem in the web 3, and that's why we are having so much of a, I would call, not a failure rate, but more of a lot less adoption in the Web3 ecosystem. The reason is we are having a Web3 and everyone is deploying the solution in the Web3. Now, when you guys are working on a certain problem, I just want you to do a brainstorming with the team, whosoever is your co-mate or the peer, or that if I am going to solve this problem in the Web 2, what are the advantages or what are the disadvantages? Now, when you go into the Web 3, when you try to solve it, you need to see what are the advantages and disadvantages today. But the true potential of Web 3 is going to open up in upcoming years. So that does not mean you are going to instantly discard the Web 3. Okay, not much changes. Okay, let me implement the Web 3. Now, Web 3 should be looked as more of an evolving journey, a journey that is going to deliver the value in upcoming years. The decentralized is happening as of today, but as the incidences happen in the market, we have seen a lot of data hacks. Now people are understanding, okay, why don't we create a decentralized data storage? Why don't we use it? So industry as such is recognizing the potential of Web 3, and they are gradually adopting it. So whenever you are going to work on any solution, you need to look into, okay, what would be the advantage tomorrow? So I'm gonna brainstorm with you a few of the use cases that I've been working with government participants, and try to give you an idea. Everyone has went to the hotel, right? When you go to the hotel, you have to provide your Aadhaar card or PAN card. What they do, they usually take a photocopy of that Aadhaar card, PAN card, and they put your name, address, and other things into a register, a paper register, if you might have noticed, wherein they say, okay, Gaurav has came from this place, he will be staying at this place, his address is this, his mobile number is this, and he's going to this place, or he's coming, whatever be the basic information. Now when you further look at it, this register has what we call the stamp of local police station. So this is what I caught my attention. So when when I gave them the Aadhaar card, I said that, okay, how can you be so sure this is Aadhaar card that is a valid? They said, no, we do not care. This is a mandate from the government. So we started working, because I work in the forensics, I work at the police, so my part is to look into all those things. So I said that this process is broken. I mean, I can modify Aadhaar card. I can give it to those folks at a hotel. They would be able to just scan, put it in the put an entry into the register, and the process whole compromised. Now that's not only the pain. Hotel has to keep this photocopy of my Aadhaar and register entry with them for upcoming 5 years, so that whenever anything happens, police is able to come back and validate the documents or the claim. Also, police at a random, they come and they check the entries whether those are right or wrong. That's the second part. The third part is, There are a lot of incidents when somebody runs from home, when some murderer is maybe on the run, or there is a certain information of certain uh, person residing in a certain place by intelligence, what we call LIB or anything else. Then police goes on the ground and they try to track all the registers manually and see, okay, if they are able to find this person or not. In that way, there's also the possibility of information compromise. I was just trying to give you a simple life cycle. Now we contemplated, why cannot we bring this on the system first? That was the question. So when we realized that if we bring in on the system, everyone's identity or the information would be in the centralized place, which can be abused by the police or the law enforcement. So technically we would be building a surveillance machine. Cool. And time and again, the system has abused the power which the society or the technology has given them in order to solve their problem. So we had a discussion with the senior folks, and obviously technology wasn't answer, but because I was aware of the blockchain, I said that there are a lot of developing emerging solutions, like there's a ZK, thereafter there is a what we call auditability, which would be helpful for you guys to solve the problem and also ensure that the parts are not abused. So just assume the blockchain based system wherein the hotels are the participants, the hospitality industry participants are there. They do their basic documentation on the blockchain, where a certain aspects are moved to the smart contract, other are kept on what we say, our uh, legacy system, maybe database or maybe servers, whatever you want to call. Now on the other end, police would have, a law enforcement agency would have a real time access to the system. Now anybody who does any activity on this would be there on the blockchain. It is impossible for them to refute, or at least impossible for them to deny. Maybe a permissioning system where thana level police or SP level police put certain entry, and those approval needs to go to DG. So there could be a various governance mechanism that would be opted. Now what would be advantage? Now because it is on the blockchain, anybody from the outside is able to see how many queries are run on the particular city or anything else. Obviously they wouldn't be able to know the specific identity. So anybody who's a vigilante or maybe social worker or maybe anybody else, right, activist, I don't know, so they would be able to see, okay, Pune is doing a lot of search. Last month they did 200 search, this month they did 100 search. So in that way they would be able to put an RTI, say how many. So I'm just trying to give you an example. So we worked on the proof of concept of bringing this Atithi compliance system, we call it Atithi compliance system, and did a pilot with those folks. That is one of the examples. Now second, obviously this was one of the use case that we wanted to give you, I wanted to give you personally. Now the second use case or second problem statement is something that I want you guys to think of. The problem with the blockchain is that if I mean, I'm talking about Bitcoin blockchain, so we did pilot on the Bitcoin. So every transaction that you put on the Bitcoin hash, or what we call proof of existence, then you have to pay a certain transaction amount. Now if I have a thousands of hashes to put on the blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain to be precise, then I have to pay for thousands of transactions. That is not sustainable. So our team contemplated on, can we use something called Merkle tree in order to build a tree and peg only one transaction so that it is capable of representing all those transactions. So we did something back in 2015-16, and now that technology is being used, or that concept is being used by most of the companies. The use case that I want you to think is, there are many websites coming. There are news websites coming out of Raipur, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, or anywhere else, as a matter of fact, because the barrier to entry to creating a news website has become like $2,000, $3,000. You can host a WordPress on GoDaddy, buy a domain name for 500 some bucks, and start deploying the websites. Now, what is happening is, the people who are deploying news websites do not have to input much of the capital. Therefore they allocate that capital to do the distribution of the news on the WhatsApp, on the Telegram, and people sway to their website. So they're eating away traffic from different other places. Now the problem is, these websites are not answerable. I mean, they publish an article, they would say today Gaurav was questioned by the police in Pune city, etc., etc., and they start circulating it. Now, once they identify that, they haven't done the fact checking, they haven't done anything else. So once they do this, the news starts to spread. And assuming the news was not false, maybe I'm some powerful person, I reach out to that folks saying that, okay, this is a false news. They delete that news from the website because just a database, correct? Now we thought that this is not how the society should function. There should be a certain answerability for everyone, especially publisher, for whatever they are publishing. So we thought that why not we create a public news register. By public news register, we mean the news entries that are published by these participants, a copy of it ought to be going for the blockchain, so that tomorrow, even if they delete something, we have proof that you said this thing and this was wrong. And if there is a certain conviction required, by conviction I mean, assuming this news was really bad and I want to convict the publisher, how dare you publish this news, mujhe what we call मानहानि का दावा करना है. I do not remember the word for English. I would have a certain evidences which can be presented in the court of law. So we have what we call a public news registry. So we are already working on that and trying to give you a certain idea of. So in that way, what would happen is, I as a publisher, I would be always hesitant to publish certain news without fact checking, because there is some organization that is keeping a track of all the news is out there. Obviously there are more use cases to that. You can stop the plagiarism, you can stop you can generate more revenue around it, there can be a lot of things around it. So that's the second, I mean, problem that we saw on the ground, and we decided to see, okay, can it be solved well with the web3 or web2? So obviously the answer was web2. The third use case is something that we are working at a Blockright is uh, NFT, use case of NFT. NFT, everyone owns million and billion dollars of NFT as of today. For example, you might be having $100 monkey as of today, but there's no use to it. Assuming it price might go in the future and somebody would buy it, that is the only money that you can make. But a lot of people do not know that when I buy monkey for $100, 100 Ethereum, or I have bought the doodle for 100 Ethereum, I get what we call the commercial right for that doodle. So I can use it up to $100,000. For example, I have uh, a unicorn doodle, call it a doodle name unicorn. So I have purchases for 100 Ether. Now, if I provide somebody a right to mint t-shirt on that, or maybe if I give a right of my NFT for them to use it in their outdoor media campaign or digital campaign or anything else, so I can make what we call a lot of passive income for that NFT. And also that NFT gets more recognized by the public. In that way, the demand or the value of that NFT increases. So there's a whole opportunity for unleashing the NFT into the real world by bringing the utility layer to it. So how perhaps it would work is, uh, I, as an NFT owner, there is a certain digital rights management contract wherein the parties like Flipkart, Myntra, or anybody else who's even a t-shirt printer would be able to engage. I would say that, okay, my monkey, I have to create only 100 t-shirts. There's 100 exclusive right for it, and for every t-shirt right, I'm going to charge maybe just $5 for it. Charge for my license fee. So whosoever sees this as a right fit, the printer on maybe Japan says that, okay, $5 is fine, I'm going to print this t-shirt, and as many print I do, I would be providing you certain amount. So the system in between ensures that a certain digital codes are generated so that that person prints it, and the person who's buying the t-shirt is able to receive that and validate. Okay, so there are certain supply chain solution that we defined on the blockchain. So in this way, I not only make 100 into $5, 500 passive income for the monkey, but now my monkey is probably at many places in Japan. So the use cases for the goodies or the commodities right now, but I think this method is going to be applicable in a lot of other, it can be for the books, it can be for a lot of other things. So the reason I'm trying to tell you is, we just have to open our eyes and look into the problem statements and see how can we contemplate on that solution. So for anything, anything that you imagine to be solved, whether it be in web 2 or web 3, the first thing for you to do is do the problem analysis. By problem analysis I mean, okay, how big is problem today, or potentially how big can be the problem tomorrow. If there is a certain innovation that you are doing, assuming it is not the solving the problem of the market, then innovation is supposed to be of an incremental value. So the question becomes, what is the fulcrum of innovation? What is the value that is innovation is going to deliver to whosoever is the participants of the industry? Is there any financial incentive, or is there cognitive incentive for these people to opt your solution or not? So once you start zooming into the problem, you would decide, nahi yaar, ye solvable hai, ye nahi hai. Just to contrast, uh, Atithi compliance system that I talked about is little less solvable, because the decision maker here are the government participants, and we all understand how laggard is the government in terms of innovation and everything else. On the other hand, if I talk about uh, the license, what you call DRM, digital license management solution, digital rights management solution based on the blockchain, then perhaps the acceptance would be little more, because there's a economic advantage for you to engage, whether it be NFT holder or anybody else. Then I can think, okay, it's much better for me to solve this problem than that. But obviously this is much bigger problem, Atithi compliance system. So just trying to give you a brief framework, how you could analyze any problem. And once you have analysis, once you have a conviction into that problem, you would automatically start thinking about solution around it, the approach around it. Okay, web 2, web 3, can I do it? So what most people fail, or why most people fail to solve any problem, is they do not have a deep insight into problem, or they haven't spent much of the time with the problem. So there's this great philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti. He said that if you are aware of the problem itself, you are 50% near to the solution, because the solution and the problem both are correlated with each other. So guys, hacking would come second. The first thing is, I want you guys to intensively engage into understanding the problem statement. Try to do brainstorming together, try to counter argue with your team. No, no, this is not a problem. What exactly is the definition of the problem? For example, when I say Uber, what is Uber solving? Is it providing me taxi? If I want a taxi, I can go for the radio taxi also. I can go for the uh, whistle and some taxi coming also. So what Uber is solving is, they are solving the discovery of the drivers, part one. Part two, they are solving what we call the communication or the management with the potential driver, assuming there is no driver. So once you define the problem, you would be able to bring the concrete problem points that any innovation or any startup tries to solve it. So I mean, that's the sermon from my side. Pradeshni, back to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you. Actually, you like explained how to approach the problems. You explained it very well to understand how to think about the problem statement, and you gave some beautiful examples which will be definitely helpful to our participants. I hope people will participants will learn from you like how to approach the things. And yeah, now I'm officially announcing that the hackathon is begun. Okay, has begun. So all the best everyone who is participating, and if you are not participating or if you are not registered till now, please register. We are still open. You have 30 hours to work on the idea, and try to take simple problem statement, single problem statement. Don't try to solve multiple problem statement in just 30 hours. It is not going to be helpful for you. That is not impressive. Do not impress by taking multiple problem statements. Just impress by us by taking single problem statement but complete it. So that is an advice from my end. And all the best everyone. So officially the web3 hack has begun. All the best. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Nimisha. Thank you,
Congratulations.
Nikita.
All the best to you.
Yeah, yeah, it is much needed actually. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you. Thank you.